Hi, my name is Miriam Valsorda, and I'm very thankful that it's a little small group because it's the very first time in my life I do this, so I am a little nervous. Okay, so please be kind. Okay, I'm going to be talking about machine embroidery. Um, well, okay, here we go. So what I'm going to be talking about today is I'm going to introduce myself. I am going to talk about Meaning of Life Designs. It's a company by Sarah Vedeler. She's the person that I use her patterns. I will explain the general method. I will show you examples with pictures. So I think when you see it visually, it's a bit easier for you. And of course, a question period. Okay, so who am I? So I'm Miriam. I'm saying that I'm a confident beginner. I am in no way advanced. I was having a lot of trouble with finding the right combination. It's not as easy as it looks. Like a lot of people say, oh, you press a button, but we know the quilting world that nothing is that easy. Between the stabilizer, the size of the thread, the right fabric, the needle, I was having so much trouble because it would look all nice, but then when I would remove the stabilizer, it would all puff up, and it was driving me crazy. I decided, you know what, I'm going to try to follow somebody's patterns and see if I could do that. So this is how I discovered Meaning of Life Designs, and seriously, I do everything she says. I don't tell her outside the line. I do everything. So, and somehow it's working. Okay. So really what I'm going to be talking about today, I will be showing you two projects. So one is a completed project and one is an ongoing project. So the completed one is the Christmas tree skirt. And then the yellow submarine quilt, it's an ongoing one. It actually started, it's like a block of the month kind of thing, where it started in January 2022, and it actually this month, March 2023, is finishing. I would say I'm at like November, maybe month 11. I'm not completely finished. It's a heck of a project. It's the kind of project that you ask yourself many times, what the heck was I thinking? It's humongous. Okay, so the material required, okay, I didn't write a sewing machine because I thought, okay, that's understood. You need to buy the digital pattern. This is how it works. I'll talk about that. Of course, you need your fabric. I use Heat and Bond Light because that's for the applique that you have to fuse onto your embroidery. You have cutting machines. You could do it by hand, but it's very difficult because there's a lot of really tiny pieces. So it's best that you have cutting machines such as Scan and Cut, Cricut, Silhouette, Cameo. I wrote down laser cutting machine. Nobody has a laser cutting machine. I'm lucky enough that my husband has one. So Sarah, the creator of these patterns, she always gives you an SVG file. Those are the cutting files that go onto the cutting machines, and also works on the laser cutting machine. I just give this to my husband. He goes downstairs and poof, my applique pieces arrive. I don't know. I can't answer too much about that. And of course, you need templates to cut all these patterns because, of course, they all fit like a puzzle. Okay, so the steps, I'm going to talk about it just a bit quickly, but I will show you pictures which will be easier for you to understand. So, okay, so you have to download, you buy the pattern and it's an instant download. Then you have to download that pattern onto a USB stick, and this is what you put into your machine. So then really it's more or less a game of following every single step that the machine will tell you to do. It's all been programmed for you. So what you do is the first step on any of the designs is that you take a hoop, you put a piece of stabilizer, that's it, no fabric. And the first step is the machine will stitch out 2 lines, and they will intersect. So you have an intersecting point. Point is very important. You also have on your own, you will have prepared a piece of fabric with batting, with stabilizer, depending on which part you want. The combination sometimes it's a bit different. You flip it around. You put in the intersection point. You sew it usually or by hand, and what you do then is you take a pin. You take the pin. You go through your fabric at the intersection point. Then you stick that on the intersection point on the line that has been sewn on your hoop. And so that way you know that you're going to be perfectly aligned. You will put pins, Scotch tape, depending how big your piece of fabric is. And then after that, you put in the machine, you follow the steps. I'll show you, I think you'll understand better if I show you all the steps of changing the thread color and putting the applique pieces. Okay, when all that is finished, you have to cut using a template. You assemble, and what's really cool about her patterns is that all the quilting is done in the hoop. So of course you don't have to. I mean, if you're a long arm quilter or if you want to free motion by yourself, sure. But her quilting is beautiful. It's a matter of putting it into the hoop. The sandwich, the actual sandwich, you will put in the hoop. You put into machine, and then there's all kinds of lines where you have to align yourself, and you go.
Miriam, so, I have questions.
Yes.
Okay. Can you go back to the other slide?
This one?
Yeah. I just want to make sure I understand what is the purpose of all of that. Is that you put that in a design, you put the design, the applique, the batting, the backing and everything in all at once on the hoop, and then you sew, you quilt, I'm not sure I understand all the steps.
Okay.
You see what I mean, Miriam? Is that because you did put what you said, the pattern in the machine, that's fine.
Yes.
Then you had the hoop, but you have to load your hoop. And then you put your stabilizer, and then you put the lines from the machine.
Yes.
And then you put everything else.
Yeah.
Right?
I think you might, I'm going to go just a little bit ahead and I'll show you the pictures, because this is the only thing that's written down. All the rest is going to be pictures. I think you might get it. If not, please.
Yeah, I think a picture will help because I cannot see all what you're talking about.
Yes, yes. And please don't hesitate to ask. Okay. So this is the Christmas tree skirt, which is completed. Yay, I completed something. So I'll show you, this is what it looks like finished. Now I'll show you the steps quickly, but I'll show you the steps more in detail on my ongoing project, which is the Yellow Submarine quilt.
I have another
question. When we saw that project at the Guild, we thought she was insane.
Yeah.
But then she did. The other project is really more insane than that. So
yeah. So now it's
that's the easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have another question. Okay, you answer my question.
Okay.
So you're doing piece by piece and not the whole thing. You have to put it together after. Okay.
Yes. It takes hours and hours and hours and hours. Okay. So you have here a house where you can see the Scotch tape, and it's on a stabilizer. This is what it's finished. The whole embroidery has finished. It's taken out, and I've put it right next to it. I've cut it with a template. Next to it, I'll just show you that it's pretty big. The Christmas tree skirt, the whole thing is a little bit over 6 feet. So it's super, super big. I'll go a little bit quicker through these ones, but I will show you in detail with the Yellow Submarine quilt. This, I kind of put that just to show you how crazy I am. If you look at the picture where you see just a little bit of thread that is on top, that's the thread I had left. I live dangerously and I was embroidering. I'm like, oh my God, do I have enough? Do I have enough? And that's what I had left. So that's just to show you how crazy I could be. The picture on the top is I am sewing the binding on it. That there's not many steps that you sew. You sew the sashing and you sew the binding, all the rest, and you assemble them, of course, but the rest is all machine embroidery. Now I'm quickly just going to go through some pictures just to show the detail. If you can see the detail on the roof, the detail on the door. Again, another door.
So every snowflake is embroidered.
Yes. Maybe what I'll do, sorry about this. I think I'll go back and I'll just show you the big skirt. So you see that there's a line in the middle. That's actually an opening because you do wrap that around the tree. And this, what it is it's nighttime. So the sky is a bit darker. You have the stars in the first tier. You have between each tier, you have sashing. Then there's the snowflakes. And then the houses, you see that it's snowing. Then there's a lot of snow and the snowflakes keep going. So I changed color from white where it was on the blue sky. Now they're silverish kind of on the white fabric. So that's it. The patterns repeat each other. Let's say here now there's 20. For example, if I look at the houses, there's 20 houses, but there's actually 10 different patterns. And
So
you just, yes?
all the pattern that you have, those are the pattern that you had to buy to make into your machine. So
Yes, when you buy the pattern,
snowflake, each tree, each whatever.
exactly. And the whole thing of how to put it all together. She has Zoom calls every Friday. So whatever you want to ask, she's there to help you. There's a Facebook page. So whatever, if you get into some difficulty, she will answer. But when you do buy a pattern, every single step is written and a video of each. So now I'm just going to go back. These are just more pictures just to show detail. You see, this is the locomotive. And just to let you know, a lot of people ask me, oh, how long does it take to make? Well, this locomotive is 2 hours of stitching. So, and of course, we're not talking about choosing the fabrics, cutting the templates, fusing them on, cutting with the template. We're not even talking about that. Just to embroider that, it took 2 hours because there's a lot of changing of colors and of thread. And I will show you the steps soon. Again, just showing some detail. You have the trees that are all different colors and wagons. Yeah, that it was just quickly to show you an idea. Yeah, this is steps, pictures that are taken closer. Okay, now I'm going to talk about, it says large fish, you'll understand in a second. Now I will give you the step by step with more pictures, because to be truthful, when I started making this PowerPoint, I had already finished the Christmas tree skirt like 1.5 years ago. So I didn't have all these steps to show you. I didn't have the pictures. So now I took it with the fish. Okay, so here we start. There's a hoop stabilizer in there. That is the line that the machine has stitched up. Why is it not in the, like a line in the middle, like you might ask? Okay, the answer is I have an older machine. It's maybe about 10 years old. I don't have the biggest hoop. I have quite a big hoop, but not the biggest hoops that there are in the market now. So then there's some designs that I have to do in 2 hoopings and sometimes 3. This one so happened that it was 3. And again, it was the last when I started doing this PowerPoint. It was the last one I made. So bear with me with the pictures. I would have showed you maybe a better one, but they had already been made. Okay, so this one will be done in 3 hoopings. So that is my first stitch, my first line. Here you see that I have already prepared the fabric. And in this particular example, there's the fabric, there's the batting, and there's a stabilizer in one sandwich. And I sewed the middle line. Well, it's not exactly in the middle. I just followed the pattern, and I would pinpoint the middle of my sewing line at that intersection point with the intersection point of the slide you just saw. I put that onto the hoop and I pin it. So
what kind of stabilizer are you using?
I use
Like
it's a stabilizer that I actually buy here in Saint-Jean at Montfil. It's a stabilizer that is a tearaway, but it will dissolve in water the more times you wash it. So it's not one that you put in water and poof, it disappears. It's not that. It will, I don't think I will ever wash this quilt, but if you do, it goes away when you wash it. Okay, so then you see that I apologize because you don't get to see the backing, because this what I just stitched out is the algae in because of the fish. You'll see it a bit later. This is the other hooping where the line now is on the other side, and I just wanted to show and be very truthful that I actually glue my pieces of stabilizer. I find it's quite expensive. I find it quite wasteful, and of course, many designers will tell you it's not recommended, but I glue it and I have had no problem, because after you do have to, when it's all finished, you have to remove it from the hoop and remove all your stabilizer. So, and I haven't had a problem with that. So now I'll just go through quickly this because you can't really tell, but I've been stitching the background. Now this is my third hooping, and I do the same thing again. And now you'll see that I have now a piece of applique. That's a fish, actually. It'll be evident shortly. So what happens with that? So you need applique pieces. So she gives you files for the applique pieces. And let's say she says, okay, for this fish, you need a 6 inches by 4 inches piece of fabric, let's say. I give this to, what I do is I fuse heat and bond under it. So heat and bond is like a 2-way kind of tape kind of thing. And so I give this to my husband, he cuts it out for me. And so where I'm at this stage of the game is that there's an outline. There's a slide that you'll see it a bit better later what I mean. I remove the tape. I stick on the fish in its precise position, and then I fuse it. Before I do that, I put a picture with my forceps and scissors, because there was that stitching line that I had stitched, and it's recommended to remove any stitches that will be under the fish, just in case it shows up. It never does, but I just clip it, and now I've fused it in place, and then I start stitching. So here we go. You'll see it better now. The fins are starting to look like fins now. Like when you saw the applique piece, it looked like, oh my God, this does not look like a fish. But with the applique, now it's going to start looking like a fish. So here, you can start seeing that there's fins are starting. I've done like this dark red kind of thing. Now there's this white going on. It's all to give it more definition. I have now put the gray on the outside. You start seeing the scales of the fish, and you see it better, the background that has already been done, that light aqua thread, that was the background. So that's all been quilted beforehand. Now I put my fish.
How do you start? Do you have a reference point on the,
Yes.
where,
Yes.
how does it look like? Is it a laser? Is it?
Okay, well, if you look at the slide where there's a little gray fin that's right next to it. If you look into the body of the fish, like from the middle towards the top, that you see there's an outline that has been stitched out. And then for me, I will take that piece that has already been cut. All the pieces are cut beforehand. And then I just remove the paper and I stick it exactly where the outline tells me to.
When you start your embroidery, where do you put your needle first when you start the embroidery?
Oh, the machine does it. I don't have to.
So the hoop will do everything. You don't need to.
Do you pick your own?
I don't do anything manually. It has been programmed.
Okay, everything is programmed. The hoop, unless you remove the hoop and put it back. But
you're always removing the hoop because you don't forget. I have to use my iron to fuse it on, so I don't use the iron on my machine. You're continually taking out the hoop.
Okay, and you're putting it back in place, and there is just one place to put it. So
yes.
Okay.
And it just
goes. Do you
the
pick
magic.
your own colors of thread, or are there thread colors recommended with the pattern?
There are colors that are recommended. Of course, I don't usually buy. All this comes from the States. It's super expensive for us here. So what I do is I usually. I kind of inspire myself with her colors choices and stuff, but then I'll use my own. And what I do, I make a conversion chart. Like, let's say she uses, I'll just say whatever, 2025 Aurifil, and it's like a light orange. And then I have Madeira thread. I look at the thread that I have, and my Madeira is whatever 1755. And then on her chart, I will write by hand. Well, whenever it's 2022 or whatever I said, I'll put my number. And so that's how I do it.
What kind of thread are you using?
I use Madeira.
So is it polyester or is it rayon?
Yeah, no. I use the polyester.
Polyester?
Yeah, I have no problem. She uses cotton. But those threads are expensive, even though I buy them at Canso, which is a lot less expensive than other places. It's still quite expensive. And Aurifil thread, oh my, I already have Madeira. I don't want to invest in other. Okay, it might be nicer. I don't know, but no, it's
what weight is that?
It's 50 weight.
50 weight.
Yeah.
So once you finish the piece, is it heavy? Because there is a lot of threading in there.
Yes. Well, one piece, no, absolutely not. But the quilt, it will be. Because what I haven't told you is this quilt is going to be a king size quilt. So it's pretty heavy. And okay, why am I doing a king size quilt? Well, okay, like we said before, we've already established that I'm a little bit nuts. And I'm even more nuts because I don't have a king size bed. I have a queen size bed, okay? But in my little defense, I have to say that if you ever, not if a quilt you make yourself, of course not, but if you buy like a comforter or something, a duvet or something like that, I find personally that the queen never fits right. You always see like the mattress. So I decided, hey, you know what? I'll just get I'll make a king size, and then it might fit better. But seriously, it's really going to be big. Okay, so I'm just going to continue. This is more pictures of one a little bit closer than the other of the same thing. Now there's a satin stitching all around. You can see that there's an eye that's been embroidered. We're just going ahead. So on the right hand side, my right hand side, it's finished now. That is that piece is finished, and if you look, the background is a hexagon shape a little bit. You'll see it a bit better later. I showed you the back of it. Now that's all full of stabilizer. you have to remove it. You have to remove it for the weight, and you don't want it to be very stiff, so it's a little bit more supple. So you remove it. I don't go and remove between the lines and the fins, for example, but I do remove as much as I can, and it's with little forceps. It takes a long time, and well, you know, put a podcast on or a movie on and do that. Now in this yellow submarine quilt, you have small fish. So you have large fish, small fish. You can do the stars. You have the two patterns in one. I just decided to do the small fish. Here is just a picture of the screen of my machine, and you can see on the screen the fish that is completed, and you see it completed on the actual the one I actually did. And I just want to bring your attention to on the screen with my machine on the top, there's a needle and it says 15,388. That's the number of stitches. So to stitch this is 15,388 stitches. You have an hourglass which says 28 minutes. That's 28 minutes of actual stitching. It takes me, I don't know if I'm the average, I don't know if I'm slower, but whatever. For me, it takes me double, always double. So if it says 28 minutes, for me, it takes me an hour for sure, because you have to think, you have to change your thread, even though it's quick. But if you look at right next to it, there's a spool of thread and there's 20 changes of thread. So you're continuously changing thread to have more definition with your colors. And all the times that I get up and applique my piece, fuse my applique piece in place, it takes a while. Okay.
So you cannot go do cooking and come back. You need to stay next to your machine. Do something else next to your machine.
Yes. For me, yes, because I don't know if it's my machine. I don't know if it's me. I can't, they're supposed to be walkaways, but to me, it's walk not too far away, like stay close. Because there's always something. There's always something. Like I said before, it's not, oh, you press a button, poof, and it's all cool. No, the thread breaks, or you don't have enough bobbin, and my machine is supposed to tell me that when my bobbin is out, but sometimes it doesn't work. And no, so I stay close. I really am not too far. Okay.
Miriam, I have another question. Okay, at this point, you know, you like the fish that you have now, it's been sewn, everything quilted.
Yes.
But like then what you remove it, you don't have the backing because you still have to remove the stabilizer.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
So you will talk about the backing later on?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. This quilt is done in 3 rings. This is the first ring, and then you'll see the second ring, the middle ring, and then the outermost ring, which is the third ring. And now, well, okay, it's 3 rings, but I need to make it into a king size quilt. So then there's 4 corners that are kind of like triangles. I'll show you later that you sew them on the corners, and then it'll become a big quilt. Okay, so those little fish, the little fish, for example, that you just saw, was cut in a hexagon shape. It will be bound, and then you will sew it on these hexagons. There are 12 hexagons here. Each hex, and I have 12 hexagon fish. Each fish will go on top of one of these hexagons. So you have, okay, the mariner's compass in the front. Don't forget, it's a fish ocean kind of themed quilt. So the mariner's compass is in the middle. Then you have all the spikes. You have the hexagon triangles. This piece has been embroidered, each piece one by one. Then after that has been sewn together. And then on this particular piece, to answer your question, there is a batting and a backing, and it's all quilted. Like if you look at it, you can see all the quilting that has been done.
But you do the quilting once all your hexagon are sewn together. Or,
Yes,
or
when
one
the
hexagon at a time.
No, when this whole top is all sewn together, then, well, this whole middle section, when all that is sewn together, that's when I make the sandwich. So why do I have like little holes inside all of the hexagons? That's because it's for the bulk. So because if all the tips, those triangles, because of course, why should we make it easy and just put a piece of hexagon, one piece? Well, no, we have to do 6 triangles, which 3 colors, 3 orange, 3 pink, and sew them together so it looks nice. Most of this hexagon will be covered. That's like, oh my God, the first time when you notice that, you almost want to have a heart attack. But it's beautiful from the back. Okay, all right.
What I didn't understand about this one is why is there a white thing in the middle? Because it will be covered.
Yeah, yes, and yeah, that was the yeah. So they're all tipless triangles, so there's no tip, so then you don't have the bulk.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, so here are the fish. So you will see that, like I said, I am not finished this quilt, and some are bound and some aren't. Like on the top, there you have a few of them. I think there's 3 of them. Yeah, 3 or 4 actually that are not bound. The ones towards the bottom, they're bound, and it's bound with just with a strip of heat and bond. I didn't buy the little strips. I just cut them out. And it's really small. All you see, the binding that you see is 1/8 of an inch. It's really small. And then, but of course, it's like it's over an inch. But then it's on the back side. It's wrapped around on the back side, and that's fused. These will be sewn after, so it doesn't matter that the binding is not sewn at this point. This is the middle part. Okay, now. This is the second ring, which is the middle ring. It's so that big giant hole that you see in the middle, that's where the slide I just showed you with the mariner's compass and the 12 little fish, that goes in the middle of this ring. And so it's the same thing. Basically, it's again 12 huge hexagon. And then you have the spikes and then the pink border, and then they're all sewn together, embroidered together, and quilted. So that's what you're looking at now. It's the sandwich is done and the quilting is done. Now, like I said before, there's a whole other ring that goes around this. Oh, sorry. This is it's the same picture, but I put the fish, and the one that you just saw is like on the bottom of the slide. That's the fish that that you just saw that was embroidered. So they're all there. Okay. Then I just put this picture. Oh, of course, I have to cut both of the rings. This is just put on top of each other just for the purpose of the picture. This is not, it's not completely finished. So you're kind of getting an idea, and this is with the fish in the middle. So now you get even more of an idea of what it's going to look like. This is the ring that's going to go on the outside, like this is the outermost ring, really. So you have spikes, you have 6 spikes of one pattern and another, and then you have all the fish that have there's 24 fish all stitched together, and this has not been quilted. This is how it is right now. I actually took the picture this week. Thankfully, we are actually in the midst of painting our house, so all the furniture was moved out because it's pretty big. Okay, so this is going to be the corners. So the corners are 19 squares vertically and 19 horizontally. They're all measured 2 by 2, 2 inches by 2 inches. And that is the paper you see, that is the template, page 1, page 2, page 3, and so forth, that I all Scotch tape together. And I'm going to put the template on top of my piece, and then I need to cut it. I haven't done that yet. And this is what the outermost portion is going to look like. Again, it's not cut, it's just deposited on the corners. And my next step, which I'm hoping to do this week, actually my husband and my daughter, because you have to do this on the floor and my knees hurt for now, so I can't do it. So what I will be doing, what they're going to be doing, I should say, is taking a big piece of fabric. I think it's 103 by 103, something like that, putting it on the floor. That's my backing. I will be putting the batting on top. And then this piece where I will have attached the 4 corners on top. And okay, sandwich it. You guys know about that. And then after that, I'm going to have to cut a giant hole in the middle of that, because that's too much batting. And don't forget, I have to quilt this by machine. And I mean, this is no long arm and it's not free motion. So you use a hoop. I have a hoop right here. So this is a magnetic hoop. My other hoops it was way too difficult, because like you have to put a sandwich into your hoop, like your normal hoop, and then you have to like either clip it on, or mine I screw it on. Oh my gosh, it just kept popping out. So I did invest in this magnetic hoop. It holds it together. I put it in that, and then I fix it all nice, and then I look at the alignment points that she gives us, and then you go. But I mean, you know, of course, you have a big hoop, and like right next to me, it looks like a heck of a big hoop. It's big, except it doesn't quilt to the exact edge. So you've got quite a bit of space where your needle won't go, like the machine won't let you go there. So I mean, this is hours and hours and hours and hours.
It's like 100 times in the hoop. 100 little section in the hoop, one at a time.
I don't know how many.
You don't want to know?
Yeah, but 100, I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, because even the magnetic hoop, I didn't buy the biggest magnetic hoop that is out there. I bought the biggest that could be used on my machine. Now there's bigger ones. So yeah, it goes faster for some people, and for me it doesn't. Well, it is. It's not so bad. I just wanted to. Yes.
At this point, you would be able to put that on the long arm as well, right?
You could do that.
Okay.
You could do that. I mean, if you long arm it on your own, sure, it would probably be quite expensive, because it has to. You can't do a long an all over design. I mean, there's just so much detail, so it has to be custom.
Yeah, no, I was meaning about the physicality, you know, like I have a long arm, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
you would.
That would cost me a lot of time, but that's all it would cost me.
Yes. Yes, of course. You wouldn't have done all the other previous steps that I did, where I had sandwiched already. You wouldn't do that. You would just have your tops, and then at the end you would sew it all together, and then you would do it. Yeah.
And you will have skip all the quilting portion of the design.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. All the blocks.
Yeah. So you see, like, if you would buy the pattern now, well, all the 15 months have passed, because it was a 15-month project, and then you have all the steps. But for me, who I started when she started in January 2022, well, I don't have a long arm, but even if I would, I wouldn't have known what to do, you know, because it was, you would only get a bit of information. It was like a kind of thing.
How much was the pattern?
Oh, it's quite expensive. I would say I'm not sure, but it's at least $300
So
Canadian.
that's US dollar?
I think that's Canadian. I'm gonna look that up.
But that's okay. That's an approximation anyway.
Yeah,
I can check it out.
It's very expensive because of course, yes, you have the pattern, you have inside the pattern, there's videos. Like I said before, there's the Facebook group, there's all kinds of stuff that she really helps you. But it's an investment.
Yeah.
And
20
then-
bucks per, it's 20 bucks per month.
But that doesn't include the fabric as well. So
Oh yeah, the fabric,
Yeah.
the thread, the stabilizer, the batting. You need a lot of batting because for like just for what we see on the screen, this is the full king size quilt, the size of it. So you need a king size batting just for this piece. Yes, you have a big circle that you're gonna have to use for another project. But then I had to buy other battings because I had the middle ring, which was the same thing. You know, it's practically a queen size, so you have to buy another queen. You know, to use that batting again. You have the center portion that you won't use of the batting, but you have to do it. So so that's the end of my presentation. I just want to show you. I forgot to take pictures because this is what like some templates look like. This kind of thing. I like this. Well, these are made by my husband. I mean, you could buy her templates, but he made them for me. You can cut them out. Like this is like template plastic. So then you would put then you have like the hexagon. You have all these templates. So again, you have to it's not just a sake of embroidering with the machine. Is you have to cut them to the template. You have to assemble them. You got to put it all together. You make the sandwich, you're quilting. So they're beautiful. It's going to be beautiful, but it's a big thing. And like I said, for me, it's fine because I don't know how. I wouldn't know how to do it otherwise. I don't have any program to like there's programs that you can design your own thing. I don't do that. I just follow her pattern and it's fine with me. So
what kind of machine do you have?
I have a brother. Okay. And a lot of the people that are on the group, they use Bernina. There's not many that use Brother. They have Berninas, and now there's one. It's Janome who makes one. It is huge. The actual hoop is 2 feet by 2.5 feet or something like that. It's humongous. But I mean, we're talking at least more than 20,000 for a machine like that.
I think they have it at Penelope. I saw it. It's like a car.
Yes. Yes, it's the price of a small car, and oof.
And the size, it's
yeah. So I'm pretty happy with myself. I spoke for 45 minutes. So I'm open to any questions. That was the end of my presentation. I tried to go like a bit quickly because I tend to yap and yap. So that's it. So any questions? I'm open. I hope it was. I hope I explained it right. That you can kind of.
I have more of a suggestion than a question.
Sure.
Yeah, like when you start the presentation, it will be nice to show a picture first, because like when you had the slide with all the text, I had I had problem figured out where we're going with this.
Okay.
Just because presenting at least once and then you can take it, show it back again. I don't know. It's just a suggestion, just to set it up, so we know where we're looking for.
Yeah. It's my very, 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 very first one in my whole life.
No, but that's okay. That's fine. It's a very interesting.
That's perfect. I showed the Christmas tree skirt all completed first, and then I showed some steps.
Yeah. Yeah, but like if you show that slide at the beginning, you say, okay, this is the final product.
Okay,
And after that, you talk about the steps how you'd get there. That will at least something, we have interest. I was looking at what we're going through.
okay, sure.
So
Thank
that's
you.
a suggestion, but
Thank you, thank you, thank you for that.
I know
Well,
I work with a lot of people that they want to see things.
okay, it's true. Good point. Thank you for that. I will take that. I will do that in the next time. I can't do it now because the next presentation is in 15 minutes and it's in French, so I won't be able to do that. But if ever I do it again, I will do that. Thank you. Yeah.
Are there any questions?
That was very interesting.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank
Very-
you.
You would probably
your
in,
quilt is gonna be
in your
beautiful.
previous life, you probably were kind of a moine, like in monastery, like.
I'm crazy. That's what it is. It's
Very
yeah.
interesting. Thank you.
Oh,
Very-
thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Very
Oh.
beautiful.
Yeah, thank you, Marianne. It was really nice. Can't wait to
Oh.
see it finished.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe I will present it at the salon, the Courtepointe Québec salon. C'est quand? Sorry, when
A
is the-
year and a half from now.
Yeah, in a year and a
Oh,
half.
so you still have a year and a half. You're
Oh
good.
man, I hope it's finished.
Oh,
Because it stays on your mind. It's like almost it's crazy. It's like I can't do anything else because I've got to get that done, and I got to get that done, and it's like a heaviness. It's like this, we were talking about mental load now. It's just these new words that come out,
So-
and this heaviness. I'm just like, oh man, I'd like to
So
get
I
it
have a
done.
quick question because I did miss a bit the beginning of the presentation. You were saying that your husband has one of those laser machine that
Yes.
cuts out all the templates.
Yes.
Now, what do you do if you don't have a laser cutting machine? To cut it all by hand is pretty long to do.
Seriously, I don't think you can. We used to be able to do applique, and you can still do that. She does give you the templates if you want to do by hand. But in
Oh.
my two examples, the pieces are so tiny, it's really hard to get them precise. So what
Seems
everybody
like it.
else does, they have either a Brother Scan and Cut, a Cricut, Silhouette, a camera. You need a cutting machine. Like, I feel like you need a lot of equipment to do this. If you decide to invest in this, you need it all. You just can't do it by hand.
Because I did buy some pattern from Patrick Luce,
Okay.
where
I don't-
you cut the pieces and then
Yeah.
it's very similar to what you're doing,
Okay.
but it gives you all the pieces. And I guess the pieces are larger, so you could
Oh, okay.
cut by hand. And then with the zigzag all the way around, even though it's not cut perfectly, it covers it.
Oh, yeah, right.
So-
Sometimes, or a satin stitch will cover it. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I know a lot of other designers, what they do is, so you have your hoop in your machine, and the machine will give you an outline of a shape. Then you actually
Exactly.
put a piece of fabric on top of that, and then
Yeah.
the machine will embroider. Then you have to remove the hoop and then cut all the fabric that is now. She doesn't want to do that, she says, because her thing is, fabric is really expensive, and that takes a lot more fabric, so it's more wasteful, and it's better to put fabric into your project than into the recycling bin or the trash bin, so she doesn't do that. And so it's more precise the way she does it, but you need the cutting machine. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. It means a lot.